Hello Gemini, how are you? Welcome to your October 2016 love and general readings. Quick reminder, if you're on Instagram, you can follow me at Jane International, and I may set up a Facebook, so if I do, I'll put it in the description down below. So let's go ahead and just delve right into your October 2016 love reading for Gemini. Oh, okay. You know what's weird is when I first pulled these cards out, I was kind of pulling out this first row, the word winning came to mind. Like, as opposed to this magician meaning the traditional message of the magician, I felt like it was more inclined toward like celebrating some form of success or something, like, you know, after you win a race and you put your hands up kind of thing. With the power of the Emperor there, I feel like there's a strength within you, and whatever instability that you may have felt last month or the last couple of months, I feel as though there is some form of triumph for you this month or coming up soon if you're not experiencing it already. You know, with the Five of Swords here, can be a challenging energy, and it can indicate, you know, battles that we somehow continue to fight, or, you know, battles that aren't worth fighting, and, you know, some level of toxicity may be coming into your life, and, you know, repeated cycles, repeated patterns. And yet I feel like there is a strength within you being displayed here as the Emperor, which is, you know, the Emperor is the King of Kings. He is the ruler of rulers, and he is mature and smart and quick to act when quick action is needed. Okay, and there is kind of an element of action here. But also only acts in a very meaningful and very purposeful way. And I feel as though there may even be some level of indifference, okay? And if you're dating, sometimes this is like the dating game, right? And I hate saying this, but sometimes the indifference can make you more attractive to people. And if you're in a relationship, again, sometimes that pulling away kind of brings people closer to you. And I feel that there is someone, okay, a Knight of Cups out there. If you're just dating, this could be a prospect, or it could indicate your partner, where they are not only finding you very attractive, but they are at a place where they want to give to you, and they might be sort of following your lead a little bit, okay? And I like this winning concept because I feel like it's you really taking charge of things. Maybe, you know, if you're in a couple or a marriage, you're really going to be determining the next steps. Okay, what do we do next? How do we move forward from where we are today? And if you are dating and maybe you have a prospect out there, someone that's kind of expressing interest in you, I feel as though you're the one calling the shots. Okay, so it's a kind of a nice power, not power, but a nice it's a nice place to be, where you have more say than maybe you might otherwise have. And with the Eight of Wands, okay, I feel as though your direction and the magician, like I say, traditionally is inspiration and, can be a powerful new motivator in some way, all right? And in a relationship, this can, more often than not though, I feel as though this could be a powerful new entry of someone new. It can also indicate just you taking a greater, taking more control of your life and having an inspirational moment or a motivational moment where you feel amped and excited and where you feel like, yes, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. And if you have a partner, it's like, do you want to come with me? Like, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to come with me? Okay. And you have a very clear, very straight path, very, it's easy, right? It's very direct. Now, the Five of Swords, you have the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. But Nine of Swords, luckily, is in reverse. Okay? And I feel as though, to be honest, when I pulled out this card, I kind of see this card going always two different ways. More often than not, it's that idea of bad habits or bad patterns or things like that. But once in a while, and I had another reading where I saw this card this way too, it might just be this month, where I just feel inspired to say that sometimes this is a victory over these bad habits, okay? And it is like sometimes these bad habits and being sick and tired of these bad things and this level of toxicity, maybe you're sick and tired of being, overshadowed by someone, or you're tired of being the tag along to your partner, or sick of being the one where you want the partner instead of them wanting you, whatever the scenario is, somehow I feel as though you are, like I say, becoming victorious over these things and not allowing them to affect you anymore. And you're sort of breaking the cycle. You're breaking the pattern at this point. And I love that about the magician. He's such a powerful force that comes into your life and instills a desire for change. And that desire for change is for you, and your partner or your prospects can really take it or leave it. You're on a mission, you're on the path, you have something that you want in your life, you're going to go get it. Do you want to come with me? And I feel that this person is going to say, yes, I definitely want to come on this ride with you, And like I say, I feel as though there's a level of indifference with you. And not to say that you don't love your partner, you don't care about your partner, that you're not interested in them back. But just because you have interest in someone, just because you love someone, doesn't mean you're going to give up everything that you want as an individual in your life. And that's you not giving that up. This is you not being complacent. This is you taking action and making change. And what I love about this change is the Four of Swords, which is such a place of peace and a still mind, right? And it's that breaking of the path. This is kind of why I see this as becoming victorious over those and more of a breaking of the pattern. Oops, sorry, my air conditioner. Sorry, I forgot. And it is that breaking of the pattern that gives you probably more peace than you expect. Okay, and when you have such a solid idea of which direction you want to go, things come to you, right? Opportunities present themselves. You are taking control of the outcome of your life. And when you take control and you decide, opportunities come at us all the time, right? There's always potential for things. There's always new ideas. There's always new lovers, always new people, always new work opportunities, whatever. And at this moment, I mean, the Emperor is very decisive. He's very good at saying, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see those. The Emperor is very good at saying, yes, this is in line with my greater path. This is in line to achieve my goal. And no, this isn't, so I'm not going to do it. You know, the definition of focus is saying no to a lot of opportunities. And I feel like you have a very sharp focus, okay? And that sharp focus, like I say, is one of those very attractive qualities. You know, people with ambition, people with standards for themselves, people who are living life the way that they want to live life on their terms, okay? And I feel like with the Eight of Swords, we have, you know, to me, I'm kind of seeing this more in line with your partner, more in line with your prospects, right? And I'm going to use the words like blind faith, because swords indicate truths, they indicate the doubts, they indicate the fears. And even though sometimes this card can have a negative connotation, okay, or feeling trapped or feeling confined, claustrophobic, there is also that element of you don't have to see it to believe it, because the truths are there, and the belief system doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter. The truth is there, so whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. And so what I'm trying to say is your partner, your prospect, in some way, shape, or form believes in you. They're offering their support for you. You are the charge forward. You are the first steps. They are looking to you for direction. They're looking to you for, you know, how can I help you? It is important for you to express your needs, okay, if you do need them to support you in some way. And like I say, some of you who are just dating and some of you who don't have any serious prospects, I feel even though that this could work on a friendship and familial level as well, because love readings translate into all areas of life. But someone in your life that believes in you, looks up to you, respects you, and is willing to give whatever they can give to you, regardless of seeing the outcome, right? Regardless of seeing the end results, and regardless of their own ideas. So you are in this position of, you are being set up to win, okay? And this can mean so many things in life. I mean, it doesn't have to be love, but in a love context, this tells me that if you want a relationship with someone, there is a very high probability that you can have it, okay? And if you are currently in a relationship with someone, whatever goal, whatever new phase you're entering, I mean, the goal doesn't have to be love related. This is more about the support of your partner and more about you and your control over your life. And I love the Nine of Swords in reverse because I feel like there's a very calming effect to all of this. And sometimes your mind spins, air signs especially, you know, you think a lot. You think and you have so many ideas, and there's so many, you know, you absorb so much information and you get so many details, and you talk to so many people, and sometimes those things can get very convoluted, right? And it can be very confusing. And sometimes the more information you collect, the more people you talk to, you can just get confused. But I don't see confusion here. I see an easing. And if there is someone in your life that, say an ex, okay, if you're recently broken up with someone, I feel as though this is very much a revenge success scenario. I feel like you were sad, maybe you were sad, you were stressed, you were dealing with some stuff. Okay, fine. Every breakups suck, we all know. And okay, well, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna go get fit and I'm gonna, go get that job that I've always wanted. And you do, and you go get those things. And there's a possibility of that ex pinging you or, sending you a text message or coming back to you in some way and seeing the person. And, that's a very typical scenario, right? And I feel like there's a very healing effect to this because it is so powerful, because there is, you see opportunity and you see joy and passion in this new direction which you're going in, and you feel at peace. You may feel like an aggressive force pushing you forward, but yet you still feel peaceful and you feel quiet and you feel like this is right. And the anxiety and the stress and the sadness or whatever it is, you are leaving this behind. It is releasing itself, okay? And like I said, there is like a blind faith element to this, and that your partner will trust you and will follow you, and they believe in what you're doing. Okay, I mean, this is a really, really positive reading for me. Like, I'm seeing these messages as being very positive. This card doesn't always get positive, feedback. Neither does this one, neither does this one. However, with the whole message together, I think you are in a really solid place. And that makes you a very, very attractive person. Even single or in a relationship, doesn't matter. Sorry, that whistling is the wind. It is a very windy day. Okay, the twos. Again, to me, this is also so the blind faith concept, I think, too, applies to you as well. But with the twos, there's that element of balance, right? And just because you have this more take charge attitude and you have a very direct and solid, thing, doesn't mean that you aren't going to also meet the needs of your partner, or that you aren't also going to find a connection with them. I feel that maybe that connection is found with their willingness to take this ride with you. Because the two of Pentacles, and I don't know if I've ever done this in a Gemini reading, but for me it's like two entities, right? And they're two separate beings, and yet they are still tied together by the infinite connection. It's like the magnetic polarities, the North and South Pole, and yet there's a very deep and very real connection between the two. And yet you can still live your own, be your own independent people, but yet together. And so I feel that their willingness to support and their willingness to allow you to be, and I feel that you're sort of taking on this fire-like energy fire-like energy, meaning especially with the King of Wands, especially with, to me, these are the most alike, right? If this was a King of Cups, a little bit different, right? But these are the most alike. So they definitely reinforce one another. And he is the visionary. He is the idea person, right? And the idea, the big picture person, and the one that is ready to march, right? To march and to move forward. And I think that blind faith idea, it also is connected with you, also applies to you. Two blindfolds, swords. And, you know, sometimes feeling the weight, you know, moving into a new endeavor can be stressful, okay? It is, you know, sometimes you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You don't really know how things are going to go. But there is a celestial entity. There is the moon. It is watching over you. And unknown as it is, I think you know deep down, and maybe even on a subconscious level, I feel that maybe you know what the outcome is going to be. In a romance setting, okay, can indicate the outcome, okay? If you do A, then B and C will happen, okay? If you move in this direction and your partner comes with you, then this also will happen. There's no, like, I don't feel like you are feeling lost at all. I feel like you're very on point and you're very aware of what needs to happen and you're very aware of what steps need to be taken. All right. And it's good. I'm excited for you. I think this is a really, really great place to be. I don't even have anything bad to really say. You know, what can I do? When the cards show me good things, I say good things. So like, I'm super excited for you. So let's move on into your general reading. Okay. Again. Well, I mean, here you are again, very center of the readings. Like I say, similar Emperor, King of Wands. I mean, that's you. And I love that it came out again because it's just such a, it's like such a go-getter. And this is the, you know, more active. Wands are about action. They're about the, you know, the doing of things. And I love that this came out in exactly the same position. This came out in the opposite position. So, I mean, there's new things coming in. And I feel like this change is more in like the life direction change, whether it's a career change or just, you know, something passion driven, right? Like taking a hobby or taking something to the next level. And some of you even travel. Okay, we do have some elements of travel here. So if you want to travel more, you know, like I say, that's your partner, like being totally on board. And I think the universe is going to be very, very generous for you. And there's a sense of completion in where you are with the world. There's a sense of completion, like it's probably something that you can physically feel. And there's so many things happening with the planets in September. Like I feel like in October there is that sense of closure of something in some area of your life. When the world comes in, it doesn't necessarily have to be your entire life, right? But one area of your life is significantly changing. And you feel that sense of, okay, I've done everything here. Like nothing is new anymore. Like you kind of even start to get bored with things, okay? Because it's like, you know, when we're working for something, and this is like the maddening cycle of happiness, right? It's like you have this idea of what will make you happy, and then you work until you get it, and then you have it, and you live on that high for a little while, but then eventually it becomes the norm, and so you set further goals. And sometimes it can be, you know, maddening, right? Where you like are never happy, but at the same time, maybe the happiness is more in the journey and more in pushing yourself, more in challenging yourself to become better, to do better and better things. Very clear idea of where you're going. This opportunity is going to, like I said, it's very direct. And I feel that things, it's like this open channel that just like opens up for you. It's like, here, go, you know, ready, set, go, and you charge forward. And the universe will be very generous for you, okay? 6 of Pentacles. I don't specifically like the Justice in reverse, okay? It tells me maybe that, I mean, nothing is perfect, right? You can never have a perfect reading, but, you know, sometimes things go wrong, right? You know, justice is a more legal issue. So something with paperwork, something with contracts, something with agreements that you have with people. I feel as though this might be someone, King of Cups, someone in your life, male or female, maybe a water sign, maybe a business partner, right? Maybe someone that you're splitting away from. Maybe you are in a business and you are moving direction. Maybe you are quitting your job and starting your new business, and this is indicative of your boss, okay? I mean, but something is ending, something is splitting. It may or may not be the most amicable split. You know, like I said, the universe will be generous for you in your new endeavor. The universe may also be generous in this split, okay, but doesn't always have to be. Sometimes the Justice card can be challenging. Sometimes it can have financial repercussions. You know, I'm going back to love a little bit, but if you are going through a divorce, right? Sometimes that comes with monetary, you know, paying your attorneys, paying child support or alimony payments or whatever. But yet there is still that sense of freedom at the end. You split from a business partner, you have a disagreement with a friend, and even though you are doing what you want to do and you are moving forward in the direction in which you wish to move, sometimes you do need to clean up a little bit of the messiness before you can move forward. Although, again, I feel as though there is balance. There's an imbalance in terms of things not working out, something, somewhere. I feel like you two are very much on par with one another, like equals or colleagues. You know, this could even be a client of yours, or just a coworker, someone that you work with. Opposite, right? Fire and water, like oil and water. I mean, they don't mix. And that can either be a very, a very quality relationship, or sometimes it really just doesn't work. And in this sense, I feel as though it just doesn't quite work out the way you hoped. And it's okay, all right? Because again, the Queen of Wands. I feel as though, again, backs to one another, looking in opposite direction, and yet she stands right next to, or she sits right next to you. There is a support in your life. Significant other, mother, sister, doesn't have to be female, could be a brother, father, friend, whomever. I say female because queen, right? But doesn't have to be female. Someone with a more nurturing spirit, but yet also fiery, and someone who is in your corner, right? It's kind of like you are Do you know what I just saw in my mind was like an old movie where they're like in a gunfight with someone and there's two people and they run into a corner. This one looks over this side of the corner and this one looks at this side of the corner just to make sure everything's clear, right? And you have each other's backs. And I feel like this relationship in some way may be defined. I feel like there is a definition of relationships between the three of you, okay? You in the center, this person by your side, and this person, someone with whom you're having a disagreement, someone with whom things aren't going well. Going well, not going well. And there's a realignment. Okay, a realignment of maybe this person's role. And sorry, I don't know why I keep forgetting to check this. Hopefully you can see. But there's a realignment, this person's role in your life and this person's role in your life. And how are they important to you? How do you see them in your future? And what's interesting is you're the only one looking that way. Right? It's kind of like you're in your own little headspace. You're kind of in your own little world. You're in a very independent place right now, which is good because you have someone that supports you, but they are also very independent. This is also kind of a no bullshit kind of person. Someone that's going to say it like it is. It's not going to sugarcoat stuff. And they're not going to coddle you. All right, they're going to push you and they're going to challenge you to go out, to be better, and to achieve the goals that you are wishing to achieve. So roles are being adjusted. You are reevaluating the importance of people in your life. Who is with you during, the rainstorm and who is with you in sunshine? And usually, the people in the rainstorm are the ones that you wish to stand in the sunshine with, so... Actually, that top one, I think. Okay. Yeah, so there is an element of suddenness, and I said that in the first reading. There's an element of speed, and we had the magician in the first one. It's very obvious. A very obvious change. It can be hard, can be difficult, but it's for the best, all right? And the challenge, I think you really are going to hit it head on. You're going to attack it with the right amount of force in order to conquer it. And you're not going to get all bogged down in your feelings. You're not going to get all bogged down by all these crazy thoughts. No, wands are very action-oriented, like I said. They're more tangible. They're about doing and resolving issues than they are about thinking about issues and planning, So I love this place for you, okay? And I do feel like there is an element of failure this month, okay? Something... And you might not view it as failure. Maybe it's just a system that breaks down. Maybe a relationship that breaks down. Maybe there's, something that just doesn't fit. And so it sucks, But yet it produces an opportunity for you to find happiness, for you to find joy. A lot of times these things come into our life and we don't either take hold, maybe it's not the right time. There's an endless supply of opportunities. They always come, and it just is about timing. And right now I feel like the timing is very right for you. Very right, and the universe is very supportive of this change. And I almost always say this with the Tower, it's an inevitability, right? All major arcana, they're just things that are bound to happen. And they're phases and points of the human experience that we just have to go through. And like I say, it sucks sometimes. Sometimes it's like one of those things, where you get laid off and they say, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I think that's what this is. Whatever issue, okay, or injustice or betrayal or broken contract, or, you know, however this speaks to you specifically, I think it will bring you, I'm not going to say you're going to be happy-go-lucky through the whole thing, but you're going to be smart and you're going to be active and you're going to take active steps to resolution. Okay, and those active steps and that proper mindset will, I think, bring about this, like, finding peace and finding joy and like I said, emotional fulfillment here with this. So again, a really, really strong reading for you, Gemini. Super excited for you. Couple little things to watch out for, but again, not detrimental, nothing super negative. So I think this is the most positive reading I've done in a very long time. So I am stoked for you. So best of luck to you, and I will see you next month. Thanks.